Let's finish up with the implementation of showing the private navbar when a user is logged in and public navbar when a user is not logged in. And this is where we left by implementing this logic. But one challenge was that. Let's go ahead and log in and let me show you. I'm going to log in with this account. And to make my life easier, since I'll be logging in with this account, I'm going to pre-populate that. So let me get back to the login page or the component, which is this. And for the initial data for my formic, I'm going to provide some default value as Masintech for my username. And then the password as this. Alright, so let's see. Let me refresh it. And there we go. So when I log in, as you can see, the private navbar is being shown because we have the data in our store. But as soon as I move from this component, let me get back home. And as you can see, we have the public navbar. And that is, the data in our store is lost, even though at the back end, the user is still logged in. Like I told you when we were implementing the authentication at the back end, we have what is called check off controller that's going to check if a user is indeed logged in. So anytime you want to check if a user is logged in, we are going to continuously hit this controller, because this one will check if indeed a user is logged in. So it means that we have to call this particular controller, and we have the action already and then the React query to do that. If we get into the profile component, which is users here, and then the profile supposed to be user here, this one. As you can see here, we called the authentication API, and that is checking if a user is logged in. And as soon as we got a user, we are going to update the user in our store using this action. So it means that we are going to call this one at the application level, in this case, this place. So here, I'm going to copy everything from here and then back to the app.jsx. I'm going to place it here. The logic is that as soon as the component got mounted or reloaded, we are going to call this endpoint to check if a user is logged in from the backend. And as soon as we got the data, we are going to update the state using this action from Redux Toolkit. So here we will need this API, and for this one, we have done it also. Likewise, the use query here, let's require that. And then use this patch also here, let's require that. And then the action as that. Awesome. So over here, as soon as the component got mounted or reloaded, we are going to call this endpoint at the backend. And as soon as we got the data, we are going to update the store. Therefore, the user auth will be populated. Awesome. Now with this one, save it and let's see. And for some reasons, let's check the console, which is use effect is not defined. So let's bring in the use effect. And now, as you can see, we have the private navbar. Awesome. So even if I go to home page or any component, I still see that. So let's check the store, and we have the action being dispatched. And if I refresh the page, let's see, as you can see, we saw the public navbar, and at the blink of an eye, we see the private navbar. Awesome. Let's continue in the next video.